My family has a lot of different creative minds within the family. My brother does neon, another one does graphic design. My mom does every single art thing in the world. There's so much creativity within my family, and I know I like to be creative, I just didn't know how, and so I really wanted a way to channel that. So baking was where I could do that. I think my first memory of baking, and it wasn't necessarily my baking, is my mom's. But she made for my sister's birthday a butterfinger, some sort of buttercream and butterfinger cake. I don't know why, but I thought like candy and cake was the coolest thing ever, and I loved it. So we requested that for everyone's birthday. You know, even though it wasn't my baking, that's kind of my first memories of someone in the family starting to do it. So I'm making a chocolate babka with pistachios. It's basically like a Jewish sweetbread, and it has layers of chocolate ganache, and this is the filling that we're gonna put into it. When the first person reached out to me, I think I was happy, of course. Like, you see someone excited about your work, and you're like, great, let's go and do something. I definitely had the nerves hit though, come time to start baking the order. But then again, when it was all decorated and ready to go, I was like, oh, this actually looks good. I can feel happy about my work. It's a low price, and it's something that if I literally mess up on it, it's okay. It's like $30. I think gave myself a lot of grace after that spiral moment of, what am I doing here? I know nothing about cakes. Go back here. I feel imposter syndrome daily with baking. Oh, I got this all wrong, and my heart just wants to explode because I'm not in the right place, and I see all these great people doing great things, and I start thinking of all the things I'm doing wrong. So I think it's this mindset that just narrows not only my way of viewing myself, but the way of viewing everyone else. I start putting really unfair expectations on everyone when I get imposter syndrome. Just giving yourself grace is really, really key to at least let those feelings subside a bit. This is my pop-up and my Grandma Karen. I never got to meet my Grandma Karen. She passed away before I was born. But I hear she had a great sense of humor, which matches my pop-up as well. And then Joffrey, he's my half-brother, but still everyone's considered full family, so everyone just kind of being around the table. Rita is from Brazil originally, and she, as we were kids, always went around to just different Brazilian restaurants in Danbury where she was living. I guess had all these connections with food and our relationship with Rita. It was just a lot of fun. So moving here to New Mexico, we didn't have any Brazilian restaurants, and we didn't have any brigadeiro that I saw. And I knew I could make it, but not as good. So I had to really figure out how I was gonna do that. She kind of pointed me in the direction of different people back in the East Coast of who were teaching how to do it online. So I got to learn how to make it to the point where it tasted like home again. And I was so excited to do these pop-up markets, because that's where I sell the brigadeiro. And it's all due to Rita, and she's just my favorite person. Another person who really what Sky Sweets is about is my pop-up. When I think about him, he's his humor was so inappropriate. He was just so silly. When I think of his energy, I think a lot of my brothers, or two of my brothers specifically, have that sort of energy of silly, but also so loving and caring and worried about how you're doing. So my mom's side of the family is Jewish, and Pop-Up would come over every Sunday, if not more days of the week, and we get bagels and babka and even like cronuts from like New York bakeries. So those memories of Pop-Up bringing over all those stuffs from like those bakeries, that's a really big part of Sky Sweets is those Jewish desserts from my Pop-Up and what he would bring over for us on Sundays. There are so many great things that have come out of Sky Sweets. First and foremost, I think, is just my connection to my family. I view baking as a really important part of like my connection to Judaism. From that, like my connection to my Pop-Up, he meant the world to me. I think this way, even though he didn't bake, I still get to draw my own connection to him. Sky Sweets just allowed me to grow personally, allowed me to connect with Albuquerque, allowed me to connect with my family. It's really allowed me to grow in a lot of ways.